everything today.
We have YouTube now.
Everything got changed.
District Coffee has a YouTube now.
We own like 7 URLs.
Yeah,
Sam, we are live.
We
We're
also-
very
we are
live.
live.
We are live.
Sam, your hat looks good.
Thank you.
Everybody's hat looks good.
Everybody thought it was good. Yeah.
So who's getting the emails for all these URLs when they come up for expiration?
Right.
Well, I'll run through from the ones I bought. They just auto renew, and they're their marketing company. But it's just like crazy because we're looking across from beers on there.
So Jordan's responsible for that.
But it's all auto renew.
He's good at it.
But it's like, oh,
You enjoying that?
sorry. I don't have anything.
I guess I'll find out.
My bad.
I'll find a beard hair floating in there.
Oh. All right, boys. You want to share? You want to share? Whatever. Let's go. All right.
We're live.
Good.
Right, so.
We got to promote the District Coffee real quick.
Music by Plowed. Magnolia Room Speakeasy. Airbnb Bosses. Drinx. Shout out to John. DirectAuto. Go see Michael West. Collision Depot. They will fix and repair to the highest standard. The District Coffee Company, downtown Ocean Springs, and the new location, Pascagoula. Captain Al's, Gulfport, Mississippi. Go see Stacy and Bert.
We offer home, auto, motion, builders, wrecks, and life insurance.
Join our podcast with McCade Hibbert and Anthony Potera.
You're making the club.
Yeah.
Do you want to start this off? Who we got here?
It looks like Yellowstone in here.
Yeah. Whose idea was the cowboy hats?
Well, I thought everybody wanted them.
I thought this was mutual. I thought this
I like it.
It's a great idea.
But here's my thing with the cowboy hats is I don't feel like I've earned it.
No, I
You
don't
know-
feel that way.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't
like,
feel that way.
like cowboys are a real deal. And I'm rocking Travis Scott's and some Lululemon.
I got shorts on. So it's the legendary Sam Newman, our friend, and I don't know.
I mean, you have a genre from country to folk. I mean, you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're probably gonna be in like a Batman movie. You're
The cowboy version.
an
Yeah.
attorney. You love what you do as an attorney.
Yeah.
Can we spin a little bit out who your mom is too?
We can touch on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your mom?
So my mom is Dawn Bean, former Mississippi Supreme Court justice, and just a board certified, fantastic human being.
Inspired you to get in and to help people too.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just crazy. Like, I mean, you're out here, defending people. Coming out of Gulfport, that's a new spot, and you're helping people though.
Yep.
You're giving them a voice. That's huge. I'm gonna cheers to that, boys. We're cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that.
That has got to be one of the toughest jobs.
Federal public defender.
Sam's mom.
Kid, I'd rather you get in the middle of us so you get. Are you good there? You want to hop in?
We can swap it up.
Come on, get in this seat right here.
Good seeing you.
I feel like,
Sorry.
hey, I feel
No,
like
no,
we
no.
need a close up of that cowboy hat too.
It's a good one.
That's an iron runner.
There's the
Iron runner.
buttocks. We're
Call
about
that.
to do an OnlyFans with that.
Hey, did y'all both buy those cowboy hats in Nashville?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So that's the thing. I was talking about like earning the right to wear a cowboy hat. I feel like because none of us are thoroughbred cowboys
None of
or
us.
country
No, I don't.
music singers. Like,
He's a national champion. Now.
I'm a
But think of
national
this.
champion horse evaluator.
okay,
I've
so-
earned this
so,
sucker.
So you have.
Yeah. So don't say none of us, because one of
Okay.
us has.
And what did you say?
My grandma had a farm. My mom was like 6 or 7 when my horse bucked, and I was I used to have a horse. But I will say I do earn a cowboy hat, but this is not mine. This is John Carter's hat. John, you got a little fucking head.
Yeah, it is a small head.
It's a little head, but no, you earned that. It's a good hat.
No. Let me tell you where I got this hat. and you'll appreciate this, Paige.
The Circle K on 49.
No, you're close. So Paige and I became close friends because of our growing up in the 90s and referencing movies just about.
Can you scoot down a little bit? Because the Yellowstone. The other side.
Yeah, don't steal my thunder.
No, you couldn't see Yellowstone in that camera.
Who's Yellowstone?
You.
I'm Yellowstone.
You're ripped, 100%.
You're ripped, dude.
Yeah, I love it.
Dude, Rip.
He's a little thick, but Okay, so the movie reference, this hat. So because we haven't earned it, I feel like everybody's got a story about why they bought their cowboy hat. You know, I didn't buy this to go to work every day. I bought it on my way to Gatlinburg, and my buddy and I were going to a Hatfield and McCoy dinner show. So I go in to the gas station, and it reminded me of the scene from Dumb and Dumber where Harry says, "Lloyd, we got $37 left. Just get the bare essentials." And then he comes out with a cowboy hat on and the box of Twizzlers, and the old lady ends up stealing all the stuff he got. But that's how I got this hat, and I've worn it maybe 4 times ever.
That's a story in itself.
But it's a story. But let me talk about why I don't earn it. So I wear this to, I don't know, maybe like a
Brooks and Dunn concert.
Brooks and Dunn concert. And like I'm wearing Lululemons and some Nikes with a cowboy hat, and I'm looking around. Everybody's got acid wash jeans on and big buckles, and I just felt so ashamed. I just took it off. So whoever's idea this was, I played in, but I don't know if I know.
All right, cowboy, where are you from?
I'm from Pascagoula.
Okay.
Not many cowboys in Pascagoula.
Probably a lot that we don't know about.
That's right.
Jazz Club Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
They exist.
I love the Jazz Club.
Jazz Club needs a goal.
There's no room, man.
Oh,
Like I have to share that.
If there ever needs more violence.
My Pascagoula story. It's something that I've hold dear to my heart is when Mark owned Jack's by the Tracks, and I have my Honda Ruckus on scooter, custom scooters. I love that thing. But I was living in Hickory Hills. I was like, I wonder what Pascagoula is like. And so I hop on the scooter. Mark had a scooter at the time. He's like, oh, because my scooter, rims and everything on it. And I pull up, I get some sushi, have some drinks. Buddy Garrett was a bartender at the time there. And then he's like, yeah, come out with us tonight. Okay. So I ended up at Jazz Club, East Bank Bar, the East Bank. And then some girl's house at her parents' house right next to where Brady's is. There's a house there with a swimming pool. It's 2 a.m. We're all skinny dipping. We're not canceled yet.
had to have been Cade.
Yeah.
Had to have been Cade.
But that was one of my favorite experiences of Pascagoula. And I tell people all the time, it's like, because I was like, I don't never been to this place. There's so many wires right now. Well, I'm gonna plug too.
Y'all watch your ears. He's plugging something in.
This is great because if everybody knew Cade behind the bar, you don't wear anything nice because he ruins it. He drops coffee all over you in the first 3 seconds you're there. So if I got anywhere nice to go, I don't come here.
Check. We're here. But no, that's a good experience at Pascagoula. I thought it was a fantastic place. I've had a good, every time I've ever been, it's always been an experience. And you'll have Calvin Parker.
Yes, y'all do.
It's a good spot. It's a good town, and I think since I've gotten in with the boys here, they've seen what Pascagoula is doing and what we're trying to do to catch up with Ocean Springs and some of these other cities.
So tell us about that, Warren. You mentioned what we're doing in Pascagoula. What do you mean by that? What's going on in Pascagoula?
A lot of development in that flagship district down there near the coffee shop where we are in the city center. I'm sure most of you guys know that in September of last year, the boys and I popped up a shop in downtown Pascagoula in the old drive-through Hancock Bank. Now it's the city center. And as we've been there over the last 4 months or so, I mean, all kind of new developments coming in, new bars on the top of the city center bars coming in with the Hancock bar, a lot of commercial property being developed on there. So I truly think when this Amtrak starts running from New Orleans to Mobile, we're going to get a lot of tourism there and much needed in Pascagoula.
Our boy and good friend Cameron
And Joe Clyde.
That's
gonna be
I saw
Yeah.
they just shared that on Facebook. Yeah.
And Sam, where are you from?
I'm from Sumrall, Mississippi, just north of Hattiesburg. Used to be a little town. When I was there, we were a 2A school. Now they're a 5A school, but just a little.
Would you compare it to Lumberton?
No, I would compare it to.
Sorry, in this mom.
Nothing against Lumberton. Lumberton, if you're out there, love you. But I would compare it to like Van Cleve, a more rural type setting. But
5A now, so it's growing.
moving on up, yeah,
How many A's are there now?
seven
I
A's,
don't know,
yeah.
I just know that I work all of them. So
I just don't know, you know? Like, how many A's? How many people are in a 7A?
A's are
A's. Yeah. It's like, you don't have a mic, so it's not,
I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta go to sleep.
you don't have a mic. I say that because somebody was telling me the other day, they're like, you know, I'm a 7A. I'm like, do you keep going?
I thought 5A's mash, right?
It was
No,
when we were
in school. Now there's 7 A's, yeah.
I think it goes to 7.
My son's homeschooled, so.
He may be an 8A. That may be an exceptional school. Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I thought 5A was mash.
the times are changing.
It was by the students, right?
Yeah.
So Long Beach, where I went to school, was like 400 or 500 students. Only like 4. Don't forget your history. I didn't go to school. That was 5th grade, 4th grade. I don't want to think about it, Dad.
We almost did something. I got sucked into the trap of this is gonna redevelop and be incredible.
Can we
And I
tell
spent
that story?
no, we cannot.
Can we tell that
We
story?
cannot. I still have nightmares of that.
Oh, well, luckily, we still have to play that CD. Well, that's
Yeah. Y'all go in to get pork cracklings and you're going for 40 minutes and I get sold a $20 CD from a guy walking around the gas station. I still have the CD. Just don't have a CD player anymore.
You really don't have CD player.
You know,
What are you gonna do?
I don't in my truck.
Luckily, Renee is so terrible. They need somebody wanted to spend money to talk about it.
Well,
They're trying to sell it.
we went on a tour of a building that we really wanted, and as we walked around, and we obviously won't mention any names, our neighbors had bullet holes all in the glass, and they were going to give us a discount for that building.
What town was this in?
Grenada.
In Grenada.
The Chargers.
Shout out. I was a kicker.
No shit.
I hold the
North Mississippi.
I hold-
North of Hattiesburg, so we're
Okay.
I hold the record for the longest field goal at Sumrall High School. 42.
Really? Too.
All right,
All right, what are you?
So in a game, I never got an opportunity for
Damn, y'all that
Yeah.
good?
You kick them.
You want to hear a rivalry? Louis, his best friend Louis, got to kick.
that.
State
All
championship.
girls, so it's-
State championship. It comes down to the field goal, dude. Or no, it's a kick.
All right, so he,
Now tell the story, dude. If he's watching fucking.
It's good. But I'm just saying. Yeah, so he's been doing it so long, whatever. But he was with yeah, he missed a 30-yarder, and I took his spot. And he was ironic because we were best friends. Yeah, Scott did nothing for me as far as
So this sounds like Varsity Blues.
it's straight up varsity.
So I'm thinking.
So you're Mox. You're Mox.
Kicker in varsity blue.
No, the two quarterbacks.
So
He never fucking did special teams. Like,
You did 42-yard kick.
so it was tied 28-28.
Wow, down to pressure.
13 seconds left. We had not won a game all year. We had 2 games left. We're playing the Stringer Red Devils.
song Hero playing?
In my mind, absolutely. All right. And it's 13 seconds left. We hadn't won a game. We didn't win football, you know. And the coach calls me to come out there. And so I walk out, do my 3 and 2, kick the ball with everything I have. And it goes through the uprights, and I'm freaking out. Well, this guy had dove to block the kick and apparently like pinched a nerve in his neck when he dove. So there's this kid like laid out on the ground and like everybody thinks he's dead. It was crazy. Dude, this was my moment. This was my moment. And this guy's just laying there dead. And it was like deathly silent. It went from like everybody just erupting and cheering to this guy just laying there. And everybody's like, you know, call the funeral home. Let's just get him loaded up and get him out of here. And this guy stands up in the stands on the visitor side and starts praying for this kid. And like he says amen, and both sides of the bleachers say amen. And this kid stands up. And I was like, that's awesome. But he still stole my spotlight, you know?
Did you get the football though?
But yeah, I got the ball and like we won the game, but I muffed the kickoff after that. And so
So it wasn't a walk-off kick.
wasn't a walk-off kick. I had to kick the kickoff
And then you shanked it.
and I shanked it. And I was like, sorry, guys. You know, they're going to score a touchdown and we're going to lose the game. But they didn't. And we we did win. We did win. My number, like on my jersey, 2.
It is a good number.
Were you a kicker?
I was not.
Did you
I
play
didn't-
sports?
I didn't play football in high school. I played.
That little mic got to bring a little more. Yeah.
I didn't play football in high school. I played baseball.
Okay.
Did not kick, but I did in my backyard and could boot the heck out of it. I remember I would wear the old Converse out in my yard, and the other shoe was completely different shoe, but the Converse had that rubber sole, and I would just like 1910 style kicker, just straight on
That'll
and
get
straight back. I think what we do next time, we get y'all both out in the street, and we see who kicks it furthest.
I got a 60 under my belt, not on record.
A 60?
60.
I just believe in
Just
this.
practice.
You do have some pipe. He's got some pipes.
He was a soccer player. I mean, most soccer players are It's a bad boy right now.
But when they started doing square off the 2 and the 3 and they got all organized, and that is okay in the game. I didn't like that.
Yeah. I did all the camps and stuff like that. Like you take 3 steps back and 2 steps over.
3 steps back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Acting like everybody's got the same.
Did y'all hit the line? Did y'all measure it up?
I did all of the theatrics.
You did
Yeah.
all. You
100%.
have to.
Well, they told you.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
Joe Williams, he on Solo Patrol down the road. Tony Williams' dad, Mr. Joe, he's from German. He's German, but he in college kicked a 67-yard field goal, and he played for I think the Eagles. Right down the road, and his license plate. My dad played football with him, and he has it on his license plate, 67.
It's pretty cool.
He broke a record. I don't know, but he's straight up German, like soccer for football all the way.
Well, soccer style is where it was at.
It's got to be a tough career kicking.
Oh, you're
I
supposed
can
to make
kick
it.
a ball 10
You're
yards.
supposed to make it. Not the kicker
Yeah.
makes it. It's like, yes, what you're supposed to do.
Because it's your
If you
one
miss
job, right?
If you miss it, you're a real piece of shit.
That's it.
It's like,
You
You remember
know?
when in the big green when they had like the vision of the nights, and they would do the soccer ball kick where it always had
The
Yeah.
Big Green
Did
movie.
you feel that way?
That day I did 100%.
It's a rip though, right?
replacements with Keanu Reeves.
But it's
The kicker. He was incredible.
spoken sleep.
European guy.
And he knew
Wadery.
that he had a bet and he was trying to apologize to Keanu, like,
Yeah.
rip the ball real quick for
That's a great movie, man.
Dude, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Well, I'm glad y'all are here. This is cool. Like, how'd y'all connect?
Our old ladies,
Yes.
friends, and it was probably 3-4 years ago.
Yes.
Met Sam. Actually, I think you were playing at Glory Bound the first night I met you. Stand-up guy, obviously. We've been best friends ever since. Genuine human being. Hard not to be friends with him. I'll tell you a little story about our friendship. So this is probably a year into our friendship, and Sam's grandmother passed away, and this kind of just tells you how good of a friend he is for me. And it should have been reversed, but his grandmother passed away on my birthday, and I get a knock on my door. It's like 7 p.m., and Sam brings me a bottle of bourbon. It was a birthday present for me, and his eyes were all puffy, and so we had a bourbon, but you kind of knew then that the guy was an incredible person, and he's lived up to it.
Was it neat or was it on the rocks?
We're always on the rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neat's okay. Neat's okay, but it's like, I don't know.
Neat's good if you're trying something super rare, but I'll tell you how I grade friendship is who do you trust to take care of your dog when you go out of town? That's top tier friendship, is it not? So if I haven't let you take care of my dog, you're a good friend, but you're not Sam.
You're not a great friend.
And you'll let them do it once, maybe, but you won't let them do it twice. So Sam's taking care of Mickey probably 3 or 4 times.
How do you feed Mickey, Sam?
So Mickey eats better than probably most of us. Mickey,
the whole life, everything.
Oh yeah, she has a fantastic life. When I come back, I want to be Mickey for sure. She has this fancy food that Warren orders, and you have to dethaw it.
Okay.
And then you cut it up into little small pieces that she can consume easily. And you have to heat it up in the microwave for 20 seconds
on Fridays through Sundays.
Yes. Yes.
This isn't Farmer's Dog anymore. You switched over.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We've tried them all. I think this one's. Can I even mention? This one's Ollie's, and it's incredible. But also, if you tell them to cut your portions down, they say no. You're paying for the meal. Doesn't matter how big it is. You're paying for the meal.
Warren, you're more welcome to mention whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
My story with Sam was Douglas James Borey, one of my childhood best friends since kids. All I remember was DJ, and DJ was like, you got to meet Sam. Like DJ goes to Orange Beach to watch Sam play. Like he'll get a room and everything. He goes, he'll be the first one there to get a beer and watch Sam play. It's
Sam is incredible.
If DJ tells me this person's a fucking good person, wholeheartedly, I'm in. And I got to meet you at Fly Llama.
Yeah.
With Morgan Tyler Band. Okay. Morgan Tyler Band's fucking great. I enjoy but it was so funny. Like that's what wait, you're Sam Newman?
Yeah.
No, but I that's cool. You were on the podcast a few months ago with Jared. Jared's killing it.
Oh, he's doing great. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was cool to have y'all in there, and that was great. You got to go back and watch that because they were talking about music, and it was cool to watch after the show. We'll probably do a little recording after the show, but they did a recording after the show, and they support each other so much. You played his guitar,
yeah,
and Jared was watching Sam play, and was closing his eyes. It's like just in it. He was feeling his music. It's like, bro, what is the guitar he has?
It's a Martin. I can't remember what model it is, but it's a super, super nice guitar, and it plays just like super soft and beautiful.
But isn't that incredible how someone can listen, like Sam can listen to a song and just start kind of playing it. I remember when you were playing Murky Waters upstairs and you were on a little panel and there was 3 of y'all playing and you started playing one of the songs you had written, and Shane King, our buddy,
my boy
from North Mississippi, who's also incredible, and he just shreds the acoustic. So he's just listening into Sam play one of his original songs and just starts, it was incredible. And to me, musicians are the pinnacle. Yeah. Like society looks at, physicians, doctors, and my pinnacle, because my dad was big into music, is musicians. Like, Jimmy Page ripping the, 2-headed guitar. Were you really?
Get out, dude. It's awesome.
That's incredible. I mean, watching him, and then the cat from Blues Travelers, you know, with the harmonica, stuff like that. I'm like, not everybody can study and do that. That's truly a talent. And
Could you read music?
Yeah, I can read music.
So our brother was like that, man. He picked up the guitar and never learned how to read music. He just listened to something. He would always teach himself how to play.
I got a funny story
That
about
was sick.
playing a guitar. So second year of college, I'm at Southern Miss at the time, and my roommate, Alex Pickett, has an acoustic, and we live in this awesome house together. It was a big party house, and he teaches me how to play the guitar. And at the time, it was Burn One Down by Ben Harper.
Fantastic tune. Yeah.
And so, but he regretted it immediately because I played it so much, and they didn't have 8 a.m. classes, and I did. So they were sleeping, and you would just hear me ripping it in
I'm gonna burn one down.
let us burn one. Like I'm talking about rolling my tongue at 7 a.m. and they would just say, "Shut the hell up." That's as far as I got with an instrument.
Yeah.
My favorite was Ben Harper's Better Way.
Oh yeah, he's great, man.
It's good.
But,
Yeah. I think
We can share mics. We good. We're fine.
But-
Sam, you debuted our first hunting concert.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Warren Hudson. We know how to sell tickets.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. We did good doing those for a few months. It just gets kind of hard, especially when we open up Pascagoula. But I always try to expose Sam to everybody around here because I enjoy listening to Sam's music. I've heard Sam play many more hours at my house in my living room than I have at a bar or a concert. I've seen him play at this place in Orange Beach, Floribama a couple of times. I'll tell you, his best concert.
House spot, though, right? Pretty much for you.
So Brewski's in Hattiesburg is probably like our home bar, but definitely Floribama is like a second home to us.
Floribama's like house.
Dude, let me tell you though, he put on a show one night there that, and I've seen a lot of people play there, just blew it out the water. But in my opinion, the best performance that I've seen, he and Mississippi Moonlight, was at the reception of his wedding, and they're all in tuxedos. They take over for the band, and they played Seven Bridges Road better than the Eagles played it. And now Brady requests it
Every
4 times a week.
Yes.
And it's a hard song to play. I mean, it's super hard. I love it. Sam's the man. And if you
So while you're saying that right now, I'm thinking wedding singer.
So yeah, we now
Without
almost
mullet,
play
yeah.
exclusively weddings. Yeah.
exclusively Billy Joel.
If we're not at
80s
Floribama,
cover
we're
band.
playing weddings.
Yes, man, better, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, you mind bringing a bottle of tequila and some ice?
I think we can shoot.
Yikes.
Some shooter cups. It's on the Josh on the right, right there by the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine. That's what I'm sharing.
Hey, do y'all,
That's
I
what
can
we
just
get up
ask a
if I-
question.
If I get to pull some cords, I'm not doing it.
Sam, I want you to kind of tell me how, because I don't even know this of years of being your friend. How did Mississippi Moonlight come to be? You know, how did you meet Nick, Red, Dylan, all those guys?
So right now, Mississippi Moonlight is just 4 guys. And so it's me, Dylan Douglas, Zach Blackwell, and Nick Manton. Me and Dylan Douglas went to Summerall High School together. So me and Dill were jamming in the band hall together, playing guitar and singing and causing a ruckus since like 2006. We've been playing together. And honestly, that's kind of why our harmonies and stuff are so tight, is because it's literally been 20 years we've been playing together. So that's why that's how me and Dill got started. Nick was the original drummer for the Adam Doliak band. And Adam Doliak's now like a radio hit artist.
I've seen him play at
You what?
Brewski's
You
a few
playing
times.
at Adam?
Yeah.
We used to playing at what Mercury? It wasn't Lady May. It was Leo's.
Leo's,
We
yeah.
used to play at Leo's, and Brandon, my girl Brandon from Prisma. We were out one night. No, Adam has a small beard. He's super cool, but like he was playing by himself.
Yeah.
And we were like, start drinking, and
Well,
it was like a Thursday. It was like me, Brandon, Big Brandon, Carrie Joe, Sky, and Nick Cook, I think. And then Adam was playing, and we were like, why he's playing, we're drinking with him.
well, back in the Leo's days, Nick was the drummer for Adam Doliak. And he's also a fantastic human being. Just I love that guy.
But so that's Adam. Like
Yeah.
He's been doing covers lately.
Yeah.
So I follow you and him. His covers are like he did Switchfoot. I'm like, dude, no way.
He's very good.
I love when people can like covers are big.
And he said he
It's about to take us. You have fun with this?
yeah, also.
We're just taking a little pause here to hydrate. Hey, can we give a shout out to my boy?
Yeah, go ahead. Throw the mic.
Is your house dirty? Does it need to be pressure washed? If so,
Flip to that camera right there. Look right
call my boy at Coastal Pressure Washing.
Exterior.
Give a shout out on that mic right and that camera right there.
Hey, I think everybody's house deserves a good cleaning. So man does, call full exterior cleaning.
Hey, where's the tequila?
628 over there anymore. 460-3212. Or go visit that website.
Kay's got two.
Kay
does two shots.
Thank you.
Josh is the man.
Cheers.
2025.
So,
64. 5.
This is 65. Cheers, boys. Love y'all.
65.
The District Boys, the new name of the show. We're probably gonna have 15 guests on, co-hosts. We're gonna do it like this. This is gonna be a normal thing. Bigger mixer, all we need. We got 8 mics right now. I love this stuff, man. Love having people tell stories. I didn't know Sam was a kicker. That's way cool.
So-
Hey, are we sure Anthony's mic's on? Folks said they can't hear him.
How about now? Ask him now.
Can you hear me?
You want to hear him now?
I should have shared it too.
You're good. Just-
Check. Yeah, you're out.
All right, so
So Nick, we know how I got going with Nick.
okay, Nick was drumming.
Nick was
Doliak.
drumming for Adam Doliak. Adam Doliak moves to Nashville and signs a deal with Sony. And Sony basically says like, hey, you can't keep your band. And so Nick says, all right, whatever, I'm going to Hattiesburg. Nick moves back to Hattiesburg. I start this band and Nick becomes our drummer. We had originally had a different bass player who was the bass player for Adam Doliak. He is a fantastic, like probably top 5 people, like humans I know. His name's Cody Killens, just a fantastic human. But Cody like got married. He's a band director in Jones County and just kind of like settled down. So we had to find a new bass player. And
Was he the curly headed guy?
no, that was a guitar player, Zach
Okay.
Dickerson. But Cody, kind of stepped back from doing live music, and everybody knows Big Red, our bass player with the big long red beard, signature
Dude,
piece of Mississippi Moonlight.
Big Red and Nick are specimens.
Just-
They're just. I bet you were always safe
Dude,
and sound.
Never once have I been concerned.
Jordan and Page's mics weren't working.
Yeah, give me a second. I feel like there's something when it fell over. Something happened. Just 1 second, guys. Let's restart this.
Hold this one.
I know
Well, the laptop will give us feedback though, won't it?
Did it happen? Someone have or something? I don't know. 1 second.
Okay.
Test,
Take
test,
two.
test.
All right.
Well, I just want you to waste a beautiful story.
I'm getting feedback from the hundred thousands of followers that are texting.
Last night we had 2 million. It froze us up. Or no, it was Tuesday night.
Sorry, guys.
Can y'all hear us?
It's gonna fall off again, I think.
The cell towers are down.
Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Look, man, figuring this shit out. I mean, that's probably most of it, right?
Father, can you hear me?
No, something hit where like it hit splitter, like it. So we're all different. Like we're 4 lines, and then something was on half line.
Okay.
So it was like 2. Me and Paige were on 1 and 2 or 1 line.
Are we back?
I think so.
If anybody is watching that knows us and can text us, let us know if we're back. But Warren,
Yeah.
you were asking about Big Red.
Take 2 on Mississippi Moonlight's beginnings.
Correct. I'm hopeful that the folks heard about Nick Manton. To summarize it, he was Adam Doliak's drummer, got cut loose from Adam Doliak. We picked him up. He's a fantastic human. He's got 2 little babies. Great dad, great man. But Big Red's played in a lot of bands. If you're watching and you've ever seen a band play in South Mississippi that has a bass player with a beautiful, just majestic red beard, that's Zach Blackwell. I grew up. Big Red went to high school with my brother, graduated with my brother, and he played college football. Was an offensive lineman. He used to be 310, and now he looks like Paige's stature, just cut, lean. He's a personal trainer, and so
Just a foot taller.
just a foot taller, but he was a staple in music in Hattiesburg, and we all knew him well. And so we said, "Hey, Rick, can you come play for us?" And he was like, "For sure." And he's one of my favorite people. I talk to him every single day. Just a good-hearted, golden human.
Yeah. The whole band's awesome. Try to feed these guys.
Yeah.
Sam, you're a federal public defender.
Yeah.
You shred guitar. Like you can shred guitar and you got badass vocals. And then
You've told
You
a
like-
couple truths and maybe a couple lies, but
you like to day drink and you like to party and you're always cool.
again, a couple truths, maybe some lies. I don't know.
Sam, stick to the story. Okay, this is our show.
When did you first decide like I'm gonna be this cool?
But I'm going to be this cool.
Yeah, when you just like, you know what, I'm just gonna be cool.
Have you met Dawn?
Honestly, my folks are super cool. You know.
So is okay. You're born into it.
And honestly, I used to have like bad anxiety. Just like I feel like a lot of folks hit like 30 and they start having like health anxiety and stuff like this and worrying about life, a quarter life crisis. When I hit that, I looked in the mirror and I said, "Sam, you have lived a life."
It don't matter. Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, like what a crazy life. I've lived like several lives within one, right? So I've lived like the musician life. I've lived the lawyer life. I've lived all these lives in one. So like that assuaged my anxiety tremendously just by looking in the mirror and saying, dude, like you have so much to be thankful for, more than like most people could wish for in one lifetime you've lived.
Dude, and that's the key.
I feel like that was meant to be said for me. I'll remember that when I'm on Google tonight.
I think he was
saying,
shooting you.
why does my chest feel like this? Oh gosh!
If you're a physician, expect a call from Warren Collmer because this rascal's got some health anxiety.
So with that statement,
true.
I think it's in Nathaniel Hawthorne quote. He said, "The fear of death comes from the fear of living. A man who has lived freely is prepared to die at any moment."
And that is exactly how I felt, when I was faced with that anxiety, was I have lived, right?
But there's nothing you can threaten me with. I've
Right.
rocked this whole thing out. Like
Yeah.
I love it. I thought you might say that. I hoped you said that. I was gonna hope you said it.
you had looked up the Hawthorne quote.
No, I
before.
had that. I had it on my wall like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But when you said that, it made me think about it.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Hey, I want to hear Sam play a song at some point.
Let's do it.
I mean, we don't have to do it now, but
I was just gonna say there's also a quote, live for every day or die without living, or something like that. I don't know who said that, but it's a good quote.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Kate,
Also
Maybe I just made that
applies.
up. I don't
No,
know.
then it's your quote.
Quote
Okay.
Kate.
All right.
bet you won't get it tattooed.
Bet you won't get it.
Get me out of here.
Oh, dude, I love it.
All right. Fuck. So anxiety's been a big issue. Anxiety's been a big fucking issue for you. Like this, I mean, that's a real part of.
Dude, I'm
Oh,
a
for
huge
sure.
hypochondriac too. As you-
Yeah.
I've seen it in person. Me too, brother.
But
You can call me at any time.
can I get the tequila real quick?
I figure y'all call each other
Dude,
much
you gotta
more.
calm down, dude. You
No,
gotta-
I'm just trying. I want to.
Yeah,
I want questions.
I'm gonna test.
Where you headed?
Are these mics working yet?
But is it? So I was gonna ask, like, slowly though, like when you were younger, we all had like figuring like emo style kids. As you get older though, the depression, anxiety, and then you started like really pushing, like doing like you said, music, been around the world, like doing all this stuff, and kind of let yourself go. I think for me, is I always tell myself every morning, get the fuck up. I look in the mirror and like literally play Odessa.
Yeah.
Moment Apart is my song I start, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I have to behind on bills or whatever the fuck I'm doing with my life. But I have the speaker so loud, it's just like a 10-minute thing every day.
Yeah.
That's how I start my day, and it's as loud as I fucking can. And it's like, doesn't matter whether I'm hungover or tired, mad at myself. I hype myself up in the mirror. I tattooed on my chest, "You're beautiful." Something I always tell myself is, I have a fucking tattoo called "You're beautiful," and I'm like, "You're fucking beautiful. Let's go." And I'm my biggest hype man, and then I start my day.
Yeah.
I got this
Grab my-
tattoo on my ass that says "Just do it."
Yeah, it's a good tattoo.
I thought
But
so
Good
too.
advice.
Yeah,
But
just do it.
That's
yeah.
my thing for anxiety fighting anxiety.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody-
my
Everybody
thing.
deals with it differently. Everybody needs advice on it. You
Yeah.
know?
I had to get it. I needed it because I was like, when I was younger, my mom put me on Zoloft,
Mhm.
and I was like, fuck. It's weird. One time when I watched somebody bleed, I was like, this is so uncomfortable.
Shit's weird, man. I was on Ritalin for a long time. It's like crazy, man. They didn't even know what that shit
You may
did
need
back
some
then.
more.
Like, you might be right,
That explains a lot.
dude.
But yeah, that Zoloft shit was like, it was weird to me because like I watched a buddy like Eric Bird. He's around here. I grew up with my neighbor, and I remember him bleed one time, and I'm like, that shit don't look right. Like I called mom, I was like, I gotta get off this.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't like, I should have rushed and be like, hey, I should have put pressure, like instinct, and I didn't. And I'm like, oh, this is, antidepressants wasn't my way.
Right.
But that was like, I started doing this about music. Like, music's everything. Cranks me up.
Oh, it is a great release, and even for me now, I normally play about once a week at Sully's in Gulfport. I was supposed to play tonight, had to get a sub, but playing there is a tremendous release of anxiety for me. I just sit up there and play for 3 hours and just let it out. It's one of those places where people come to hear music, so they really don't care what I play. And so I just play tunes that help me unload. And so it's less than a block from my office, and I just come in there, I take my tie off, but I walk in there and just put on a guitar and just play and just let it out. And that is one thing, kind of like you said, that music is such a therapeutic thing, whether you're listening to it or playing it. It just has this power of release.
That's so interesting to hear because, we had Alan Belcher on this last podcast, and working out and training and fighting was a release for him. So
Yeah.
to hear that from a different standpoint, that's huge. I mean, that's just you get to literally leave your job, take your tie off, and go on stage and sing whatever song you want, pretty much, I guess, and release that anxiety or depression, and probably fights a lot of that.
Everybody has their own fucking
Yeah.
escape. You're lying to me if you don't.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own fucking problems. There ain't no. I hadn't met a perfect person. I'm not still to this
No.
day.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'll find that motherfucker. You're probably a motivational speaker or something, but I'm not there. Like, but no, it's the way you start. I'm telling you, but it's always the way you start your day.
What happened? Why don't y'all lose your hat? Lose the hats.
We just started repping gear, man.
Yeah. For the brand.
No, but that's cool, man. Like that, because like that was another thing too. I started going through your TikToks.
Yeah.
I'm like, this motherfucker's got soul. Like he's in it. He's like, it's pull the tie off, and it's always like your back porch. It's not,
Yeah.
and you're not playing high quality mics or anything.
It's an iPhone, dude. Yeah.
It's fascinating though,
Yeah.
and it's your heart.
Are you? What about writing? Does that help with any type of release? Like when you're writing stuff down that you're going through in life. I mean, is that how you're coming up with songs? I mean,
Yeah. So I started. Normally, the way I write songs is I have an idea of a hook or just a line in a song, and I jot it down in a note section on my phone. But this past weekend, Saturday, I was driving to meet up with some guys, and I not only like in my mind heard the line, like the lyrics, but I heard how it would sound. So I recorded this voice note on my phone, and like it's just a tune about how like having anxiety, like what is worrying about something gonna do for you, right? And so I recorded this voice note driving down I-10, just for the lyrics of a song, asking, what is worrying and wondering going to do for your life? And even just speaking that, halfway singing that into my phone, recording it, even just saying that out loud was therapeutic.
Yeah.
And so one of the songs that we have on Spotify, Mississippi Moonlight, song's called Where I Belong. That song has, I will revisit that song. I will listen to that song, and it's just like going to therapy. The song talks about how, I didn't move to Nashville, but I'm where I belong. I didn't pursue this, but I know I'm where I belong, and I'm content. And so certainly not only writing songs, but even re-listening to songs and being in the place I was, putting myself in the place I was when I wrote the song is therapeutic as well.
and it's on Spotify.
It's on Spotify. Mississippi Moonlight song's called Where I Belong.
Is it all voice notes for you though when you think about things? So if you're like, because a lot of your stuff, I guess I was saying it, and I know you love your wife, but I'll say this earlier. I was like,
Jesus, where are you going?
but I'm saying like, but say no, it's the same podcast. Okay, that's how the podcast works. You go, we're going to
Show goes on.
you go into like work or family, or everybody has problems, spouses, life,
Yeah.
every thought, everything. You, for him, it's always jotted down, or
Yeah.
Well, there's a small argument about like putting the pot up, or there's any kind of little stuff, but you can build off that as right. It's a poetry to you, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you and I spoke about this briefly before the podcast,
Yeah.
just about how,
Easy. Watch it.
taking
Watch it. You can do it again.
the angst of daily life and putting that, even just jotting it down, is kind of a release
This is
of
how
it.
it's fun.
If I, interact with some situation that makes me feel some type of way and brings a lyric to my mind, even just writing that lyric down is kind of like just putting that thought away. Now that negative thought is just a note on my phone, and I may revisit it later and write a banger of a song about it. But for now, I'm just putting it down and not thinking about it.
Yeah, because you take a lot of your writing is through your emotions. So
It
it's
has to
everything.
be, man.
Yeah, you're not writing a fucking Spice Girl song.
Yeah.
like
There was an idea, like if you couldn't sleep, there was one theory that you wrote down all your thoughts.
Yeah.
You wrote it down, and yeah, it's got to be similar, right? I mean, like if you can get peace in your mind about I recorded this epic, or I wrote down this epic lyric, and I don't know if I ever fucking use it or not, but should I want it, it's here,
Right.
and like it gives you peace a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, as a amateur songwriter,
I think for you, because you're one of the people, you're like a Frank Foster. I'll put you in the same category as Frank Foster. Like you have a following.
Yeah.
You have a cult. You have people that have traveled to watch you play.
Well, here's the thing I was telling him earlier. If you would have asked me what my favorite songs are that Sam sings, you can't find any of them because he's written them and he hasn't recorded them. And he'll play them for us, but there's so many good songs that he has written, and they all have a meaning behind them. And it's cool because when you watch him play, typically he'll speak about the song and talk about it before he sings it, and puts it into context, and it's really cool. Are you still writing?
Yeah.
Are with your position now? Are you able to write like you were when you were with Mississippi Moonlight and you guys were playing a bunch and you were around each other and
So-
feeding off of each other?
most of our songs, lyrically, I wrote by myself. And I was either in law school or I was a lawyer when I wrote them. And so my job now, if anything, it has amplified my desire to write songs and get stuff out.
And that split like kind of like legal paper a little bit, or it's always notes for you, always recorded.
So we have a song called Ain't Heard Yet, and it's probably one of our most well-received songs on the coast. But the bridge of that song I wrote in a textbook while I was sitting in class in law school. So,
Yeah, that fucking. Can I have it?
so I was at my dad's house.
Can he just? We got to get him to play one of these unreleased songs tonight. Yeah.
My dad has the textbook at his house, and I saw it when I was at his house for Christmas, and I pulled it out and I said, "You want to see something crazy?" And I opened it up and I showed him. I was like, "In green ink, right here is where I wrote the bridge to that song because it just hit me." And so, it's not always a voice note. It's whatever I can.
Whatever you have around,
whatever medium to let it out at that time. Yeah.
One of my favorite things was I'm a big City and Color guy. Dallas Green,
City in Color.
Alex on Fire, whatever you want to call it. But he didn't start playing. He didn't ever hear his voice until he was in 12th grade, and he had to do extra credit in school. And he played music for the first time, and people were like taken back, but he was so nervous to even because he was writing music. People were like, "What are you doing?" But to them it was his first time. He heard himself play by himself for so long, but he'd always just play the guitar,
Right.
jam, and then he became City and Color will always go down as one of the greatest projects. You have
He's a great
home?
songwriter. Yeah.
Coming Home, shit.
Great band.
But but that was that joke.
What the fuck? What the fuck was it? What and the hat? What are you?
But no, that was to me it was about music. That was when I found out about songwriting, and you can hear me. But songwriting, that's dope.
Yeah,
because it's like you didn't know you're sitting there and coming up with these jams.
I'm gonna get off track here, but the whole time we were talking about Sam's band and Mississippi Moonlight, and I asked you the question that you're never in fear when you're with these guys because they're monstrosities. All I could think about was Gangs of New York, like Battle of the Bands, but instead of playing music, street fighting. Battle of the Bands. I'll take Mississippi Moonlight.
I feel comfortable with both challenges.
day.
My guys can handle it.
So what we need there.
Warren is a professional genius.
So
he's
what we should do there is kind of like you remember on Sports Center where they'd have like all the football teams in history, and each month you had to vote on them. I want to do Battle of the Bands, but it's street fights.
Okay, so your drummer and guitarist or
Dana
bass
White.
player, they're both like 6'4", 6'5". Yeah, so you're good. You're
See,
good.
I feel like Dylan.
You're in reach.
He's gonna come in when you
He's scrappy, dude. He's
like
scrappy.
jump on your neck, you know, from the back, and you're done.
If you're at Neon Moon at 4 a.m. trying to get out of there, like there's gonna be a fight, and these guys aren't worried about it. Like
Yeah, they're monsters. I mean, they look. Like,
they're here at 8 a.m. getting
Yeah.
coffee the next day, and they're like,
You
know,
remember?
we had-
You remember when most of the time when they come play, we say, "Hey, y'all come eat at the shop," and I'd say, "Sam, send me the orders," and I was like, "How many people are coming to eat?"
They're still growing.
Nick and Red.
They're still growing. They're big
growing,
boys.
yeah.
Still
We
growing
gotta
boys.
get them in the rooftop bar.
Oh,
We
yeah,
gotta
they
get
already
them.
know.
Done.
Where do you now that like with your career, because you're there's momentum with your career, because I mean you're in the like federal legal system, like you're there,
Yeah.
and you're I mean, are you, if you get a record deal tomorrow, would you leave what you do, or how would that work for you?
Oh, I like that.
So I have no aspiration of getting a record deal, and I don't see an avenue for that happening.
Dude, you are, that's no, you're
There's definitely an avenue.
there's a level of
There's an avenue.
but
Should it happen?
yeah, it should like
Should it happen?
you-
Should it happen?
your mom has been a long time in this world.
Yeah.
You love it. You're not doing it because
Is there
it's
an
a trend.
avenue?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, would you like if you got that call? If you got the call, they're like, "We're going to sign you for a 2 album deal or three. I don't know how that works, but it's 3 album deal. Would you leave what you love doing every morning you get up? Would you come here and get coffee and you go right to work?
So even when I was in law school, we were like actively recording and like pursuing the thing. And at that point, I would say I'm where I'm at now, in that if the call came through, I would take it. And if they said, cut 3 albums and we'll pay you X amount of money, I'd probably do it. And the beauty of having a law degree, though, and being a lawyer,
Pro bono.
well, it doesn't expire, right? And so, and this ain't gonna happen. But if it did, and I got a call that said, come
Paige, get the mic. Tell his ass.
No, don't. I refuse for you to say that. But go on.
this ain't gonna happen. If it
We will
did
not accept that
happen,
negativity. What's that?
I could go to Nashville, I could record 3 albums, and I could either become, the next Morgan Wallen, or I could flop. And if I flop, I'm still a licensed attorney in Mississippi, and I can come back and be just fine.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be the next Morgan Wallen. You be the next Sam Newman.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Look at Frank Foster. Frank Foster will go down as one of the greatest singers.
We've opened for him several
No,
times.
but he
He's a
will go down
super
as the
guy.
great. I had a pleasure to even get a hug from him.
I love the
Yeah.
Riley Green story you tell, man. That's a
Yeah.
great story, dude.
But so Frank Foster, we got to go to his events because Sam. So when
We need
Sam,
to go to Fort Bama.
Yeah.
Sam's
so from Sam has his cult following, Frank Foster's
Oh,
cult
it's
following.
unbelievable.
It's like I met his merch guy. He's like, I just went to his concert, loved him, and now I do his merch.
Yeah.
And I'm at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And he's got 500 or 1,000 shirts, and he's like,
And he's like a
So
local
much.
guy too. Like it's
they're all
it would be a
together.
similar
They
story,
travel
yeah.
together.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's like it's a family. It's just a family that travels with him.
Is this a good time to tell Sam about him headlining at the Crawfish and Beer Festival at the district?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. The Crawfish and Beer Festival. Yeah. That's a great
Yeah.
one.
Well,
It's that at the end at the district.
we're glad you're
We
here.
didn't tell you about this yet. Well, we're glad you're here. So we can finally introduce
Give him
you.
a mic. Let him
No,
speak.
no.
Hey, okay, there's a teleprompter over here.
Oh,
The
Being
mic's hot, though, so we can keep me and you got to keep it like this.
there was a contract in agreeing to do this podcast. You also inadvertently agreed to
He signed the
host
papers.
and
We signed it for
yeah,
you. We signed it for
do
you.
our event that we don't even know the
You're
date yet, but you're
headlining-
obligated. It's gonna be in April, and
I don't even know my
Crawfish and
birthday
beer.
was like that.
Pascagoula. Warren, you're the promotional guy.
It's in Pascagoula.
Yeah, we're planning it. Jordan's got the Crawfish and Beer brand.
Tell me
that's,
more.
That's
Tell me more.
absolutely incredible.
District Coffee Company.
I
Intro-
got some buddies over in Pascagoula that have an incredible crawfish trailer, and we've been wanting to use that lawn on the south side of the building for a while to set up and set lawn chairs out. So I think we're going to do it in April at some point in time, and obviously we're not going to do it without you jamming. So
thanks for agreeing to do that.
I'll tell you where to show
That was
up.
solid.
All right, I'm just looking
It
at the
was real
calendar.
solid.
Looks pretty good.
Crawfish and Beer Festival.
Are you really? What's in your calendar? Let's see your calendar. Let's see your calendar.
So Moonlight has a wedding the 5th, the first Saturday in April. But the next weekend this is the family calendar. The next
It's
weekend
a shared network.
is reserved for Crow, who is Chris Rowe, good
Chris
friend of
Rowe.
ours.
What's David? Yeah, David.
Chris Rowe. It says Crow Collmer festivities.
Shared birthday weekend.
So weekend of 11, 12, 13 is Crow Collmer festivities.
Okay.
If you want to party in Easter, we'll party in Easter. When is Easter?
I don't know.
At the beginning of April.
Usually the first.
All right, fuck Easter.
Sunday.
So maybe the next weekend.
Yeah.
If
But
you want to go ahead,
Crow Collmer festivities.
with it could be.
It could be
what he's
that.
saying is he set that calendar
I set it
date
aside for him.
aside so we can use
So
it
there
how
it
we
is.
would like.
There it is.
There it is.
So the commitment was indirect, but we know what he's talking about.
He knew what was on the calendar.
If not,
So
you can just play
you just
a
decided when
boombox
the
and you
event
can
was.
record stuff.
Yeah, I think before we deconstruct this downstairs to build a second level, we have to do one more tiny coffee shop concert.
Oh, we got to.
I mean, I'd like to get Shane down.
I would too.
Just really fuck it up, one last time.
I really enjoy
what I
that.
think would be cool is because you mentioned the writers round earlier. I think it'd be cool to have a writers round.
What is that?
Songwriter
So
Festival.
two or three songwriters who sit there
Somebody about that.
and play songs back to back to back to back.
We would have to gut all these couches out and put chairs.
we
right?
would do just like
What's
we do.
happening
for the
there?
Yeah,
tiny
you just
coffee
ticket
shop.
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
These couches have seen their better day.
No, the pleather is where it's
No, it's
at.
just going apart. There's no doubt.
So April's where you want to shoot. Where you're shooting at.
I think that's when we're going to do it.
Is that a good?
It's a good month.
Good crawfish season?
Good crawfish
April's
month.
a
That's good. It is a good month.
for
Weather's
crawfish.
decent. If it doesn't rain.
I'm down because, there's a lot of people on this coast that have never been to Kula. Like literally, have never been. I'm telling you right now, Ocean. There's people from Ocean Springs don't ever go past Tagula.
Well, I tell people this all the time. We're walking the government strip, and I see, folks coming over from New Orleans. They never drive past Ocean Springs and go to these other cities that are incredible because they're either stopping in Ocean Springs, they stay on I-10 and go to Orange Beach or Florida.
Whatever,
And they bypass a beautiful area, which I'm fine with because it's a hidden gem. But I mean, it's not going to be long before Pascagoula has the same allure as this town.
It's heading that direction for sure.
And I know a good spot to get coffee and breakfast.
A great spot there.
A lot of good restaurants over there.
I'm no good place to rage out till 3 a.m.
Play something.
It's also
That's
cool.
Play something.
You want to do it live or
You
want
want to do it live or do you want to do it?
record it? I always like doing because it's so much soul, but you can do it live. It just will not because a live doesn't have any of that kind of warmth of a voice. But you can do it.
We'll script it out so you have. I don't want to misrepresent him. I mean, I'm thinking.
Guys, stay tuned. We'll clip him a song he's about to do. Or you want? No, record it.
Okay.
Well, fuck, you're the artist. What do you want to do?
I don't care.
That's
Let's
what I love
clip
about
it.
him. He
You wanna
doesn't
clip
care.
Let's clip it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, where are we at? Oh, we just said no.
Yeah. Well, we'll get some clips out and then stay tuned for part 2.
Do we have anything else up and coming? I mean,
No, nothing I can think of. We got
we got Oxford up and coming.
we got Oxford moving. We got
Spring festival here, probably
Spring
like
Fest here.
7 weeks or so.
the OS 1515 location just down the
15,
road,
15, especially up in 3 weeks.
close to opening.
Chef Todd, will it open in 3 weeks?
You know,
We drove by there, man.
it's not looking like 3 weeks. but-
Yeah, 3 weeks is heavy.
So we were
Yeah.
talking about getting Sam to play there for one of the weekends.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
yeah,
with Quest.
that's
Incredible
gonna be a
little-
great spot for you, dude.
Well, they've made like a makeshift open air amphitheater because of how the building's set
Yeah.
up. I mean, it's going to be a great spot for
Open
concerts.
bar right there, man.
Yeah.
Sick.
7
spot.
vendor food hall.
So Warren has he mentioned in the podcast, but he's also mentioned many times before he wants me to record some of the tunes that I play that are not available on
Yeah.
Spotify. Or anything.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying,
Let me tell you
dude.
right now. Read between the lines.
Yeah.
So
Banger
We're
of
gonna
the
get some
century.
of that going.
So
And don't sing any verses or anything of that song. Obviously, you can't. But tell them about that song. I mean, like give it a little context to the song so that when you record it, I don't know. Yeah, that may not.
So I mean that's not really a song that I felt something about when I wrote it. I mean, like there was no like situation in my life I was dealing with that I said, you know what, I'm gonna let this out. But shit, I wrote this song in 2014 with my buddy Gary Stanton from Muscadine Bloodline, and we lived together in college, and we sat together and we said, hey, we're gonna write this song. It's gonna be a happy song. I was playing banjo, he was playing guitar, and it was all geared up to be like a take it easy type song. And we threw in a bunch of minor chords, and it became this song about a guy killing his wife's lover. And so Read Between the Lines would be a tune that would be released.
It just came off the chest.
I don't know how we got there, dude. Like, me and him both were in a
Dorm
good middle.
dorm rooms get wild.
Uh,
bro.
We were in a good
dorm
middle
rooms got
space
wild,
when we wrote
bro.
this song.
First time with
So-
your parents, and there's no food, and yeah, you start figuring shit out.
That tune would be one that I would release, and I've got several others. That
Tangerine Dream.
Tangerine Dream.
I love Tangerine Dream, man.
Well,
That's
when we
amazing.
did the Tiny Coffee Shop concert, we made the Tangerine Dream drink,
Yeah.
which is one of my favorite stories.
It's a good drink.
Oh, we sold the
So-
shit out of it, man.
Love the shit out of that.
Promotional genius Warren
Y'all
once
stay
again.
tuned for a Tangerine Dream video. We'll go ahead and do that one.
Let's
I
do it.
think I already have a Read Between the Lines video
Shot
out
at
there.
the district.
That was that, but
Can we film it here?
So I mean, we could do like if we didn't have one mic set up right there, like it just doesn't have that. We did a bunch of Cassius like music, and when we did it with that live stream, it just did not have like the guitar. Nothing picks
Yeah.
up. Like these mics don't pick up any play, any sound.
So we will do keep an eye out for Tangerine Dream, Read Between the Lines.
But this shit is live. Just because we come off, you're gonna, if you want to, you're gonna play it right now.
Well,
No one would.
He
do.
wants
you
the
have it. He
song.
has it stand. I mean, well,
Oh, I mean, no. See, he's saying the audio is not gonna be good here.
It
But
all
we let
blends, so like
well,
just
we let
voice
this
picks up, it
off
doesn't pick
and
up the
say,
guitar. We don't have the
you know, we play them, keep on rock and roll and make it better movies, mate. And then we drop this, and then we show a clip of Sam. It's live because he's right here. They know where we're at.
Yeah.
We got the same clothes on.
We'll wear the same outfits.
yeah, yeah. Make sure you wear the same clothes.
I mean, if you want to play it, just play it. I mean, play it. Let's see. I mean, I just don't. It won't pick
No,
up.
no,
The,
I don't
like,
want to disrespect his audio unless he's not worried about it.
It's fine. Play it.
You said it first. I know that you know audio.
I'm going to put down this mic, and Jordan is going to ask some questions of Paige and Warren while I get my stuff together.
All right.
Shred. He's gonna shred. I knew he was gonna shred, dude.
I hope so.
Dude,
Hey, that's
if
one
I
of the-
could shred,
Yeah, give it
if
to
I
him.
could shred guitar,
Man, get out of here.
I'd be like, and we are wild stallions.
Stallions.
Hey, but let me tell you, this is how you tell somebody really enjoys it. Is it doesn't matter what
Hey, don't-
time you ask Sam to play.
No, dude, he just wants to play.
Brady's asked him at 2 a.m. and he's been up since 5 a.m.
That's
and he'll play for 3 hours.
I
You
think
know,
you can wake him up. And be
even
like,
at the
hey, will
Hard
you
Rock,
play?
he's
It's like,
like that,
yeah,
dude.
hold on.
Hey, so
Yeah.
his guitar's name is Falcon. So
it's gotta be.
so we'll just look at him and hit one of the Angels in the outfields on him.
Dude,
You got Falcon with you?
dude, we've watched him at the Hard Rock.
Dude, Danny
Till 1
Glover
in the morning,
believed.
he
Danny
goes to your
Glover
house and
believed
plays
in
all
the
night.
end. Danny Glover believed in the end.
Man,
And
what a
that's who
good
didn't
movie.
believe.
What a
Danny
good movie.
Glover.
Yeah, I told you I'd joined that nostalgic Facebook page, and I just love getting on there because it just reminds me of all kind of stuff. And Angels in the Outfield was one of the posts they had the other day.
Brings
Old
a tear
movie
to
clip.
the eye.
Dude,
For sure.
the old movie trivia clips. Oh my
Where
god.
the dad just
Oh my
keeps
God.
promising that he's going to come back in.
Oh my god.
You
it's
guys want to see
fucking,
me dip for the first time?
Oh, no.
this
Just
I-
kidding.
I remember my first and last time. Yeah.
Yep.
My best friend, Brandon Phillips, B. Phil's mom, Darlene, took care of me. She was a nurse. Nursed me back. after
White-faced?
My first wintergreen grizzly experience.
Mm.
I still can't smell it. If you get it around me, I'll get queasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
Bad
time. First time.
experience. First and last.
So
Paige
Don't-
can't do cigars, man.
I can't.
Cigars will get you like
I
that.
think about a nurse nursing me back at my pre-fresh year going into Delta State.
Yes.
Delta State won the
Yes.
national. Yes, hell yeah.
What is that?
The
Oh,
Davy
you know,
Crockett?
come on.
hell
That's no,
yeah.
it's Davy Crockett.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
we
meant
got
for a
next time.
kids.
Next time.
Coming at you live.
No, it's for the kids. I think Disney would sponsor
I
us
was
at this
telling him
point.
about Falcon.
Dude, Falcon would have been a great story to tell.
You missed it. Davy Crockett. Let the tail out, man. There we go.
What mine we got for me? You gonna hold it?
So we'll leave that one right there, and that one be right there. Yep.
Pull that pull that do one line on that one. Try that.
We should turn ours off.
Yeah. Just run. My side.
What song you want to hear?
Let's do Tangerine Dream.
All right. So when I was in law school, one Sunday morning, me and my two roommates woke up, and it was one of those situations where we had to clean up after Saturday night. And so we're cleaning up our living room after Saturday night, and there was this tube of lip gloss under the couch that I found. And I said, hey, whatever like the name of the color of this lip gloss is, I'm going to write a song about it. So I picked up the tube, I turned it over, looked at the top, and it said Tangerine Dream. And so I wrote a song called Tangerine Dream. It goes like this. Well, I ain't good when it's just me, and I've gotten used to what might have been and what could be. I say things that I don't mean, and wind up on the leaving side lonely. It's just one night, it's just a fling. Story ain't on in with wedding bells or wedding rings. Both needing something, not wanting more. So I'll hold her in as we walk out that door, 'cause this ain't going nowhere but right back to my house. You ain't no Cinderella, I'm nothing you can't live without. Nothing in between us, exactly what it seems. Sweet but temporary, like a tangerine dream. When morning comes, I'll drive her home with no regrets about one less night alone. She'll say goodbye and I'll drive away and not feel bad about having nothing else to say, 'cause this ain't going nowhere but right back to my house. You ain't my Cinderella, I'm nothing you can't live without. Nothing in between us, exactly what it seems. Sweet but temporary, like a tangerine dream. There's nothing wrong with a little fun and realizing sometimes you just need someone. Don't know if I'll find her, my perfect match. If it ain't tonight, I'll find one with no strings attached and say this ain't going nowhere but right back to my house. You ain't my Cinderella, I'm nothing you can't live without. Nothing in between us, exactly what it seems. Sweet but temporary, like a tangerine dream.
Love it. Love it.
Worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Dude, that's incredible, man. Son of a bitch. Fuck everything else I
None of us
said.
can do that.
No, I'm just saying, like, I
That's the
mean, I don't know
pinnacle,
how
man.
it sounded to the audience, but fuck, it sounded
That's
great
good.
right here, man.
That's
It
good.
sounded incredible right here.
It's so the big thing with the audio is the way you arrange your voice.
Yeah.
So your voice, like, so that's what. So Sam has a voice, like a very
Keith Wilson.
like most people, like if people sing,
Huh?
What did Keith Wilson say?
He
people
said,
sing, they sing live.
Yeah, he's just-
Like him, John, Cash, they go like this. They max out.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Keith.
Dude,
Amazing.
you got me speechless. I love that fucking song.
Yeah, we got to make a music video of that here. Here, right now.
Should be fine though. Scoop said with the with doing the one track for you, it's not. You didn't hit red at all.
Good.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Because if you hit red on live, it's like the.
And you get,
We're about to. We'll see y'all.